again, everyone. I'm Chris Lincoln. Welcome to the Phillies race. They say this is the Phillies racing for the Lilies here. It's Kentucky Oaks 123, and it really is the second biggest event in racing here at Churchill Downs for the year. Glad you joined us for that. We've also got live coverage of some other top events coming for you as well. Well, we have quite a team of announcers here set to get together with us here. Our ladies will include Kaiten Bader. She's in the winner's circle. Leslie Visser is in the paddock. Tom Durkin to call the races. And in the barn area, there's where Jeff Betters is. Jeff?
Thanks, Chris. I'm with Dan David, the trainer of Blushing KD, and she was a late foal, didn't hit the ground till June. How good is she going to be when she matures?
She's actually maturing all the time. I mean, every day it looks like she's matured a lot since the fairgrounds, and I think she'll continue to. Hope she takes another big step in her maturity today.
Well, she probably will. There's some great fillies in this field. Of course, Glitter Woman kind of headlining that, but your horse fits in pretty well.
She sure does. We think so. You know, it's a great cast of fillies, and it's just every one of them in there has a legitimate shot. But our filly is at the top of her game, and we don't think she'll embarrass us at all.
Well, good luck. A lot of people consider her to be the third best filly in the country right now. Watch for her, though, to maybe move up a couple of spots within the hour.
Before the Kentucky Oaks, so we'll head to the turf, the Colonel Matt Winn Turf Course, for the running of the Crown Royal American Turf. It's at 1 mile and a 16th. It's 3-year-olds for $100,000. For the field of our first live race, here's Kaiten Bader in the winner's circle.
Well, Chris, at 1 mile and a 16th, you have a nice long run into the first turn to gain position. We have a field of 10 3-year-olds, many who have tried the dirt, tried the Triple Crown Trail without success. Let's take a look at the field. We begin with an entry for trainer Billy Mott of the lightly raced Daylight Savings and Sky and Sea. Nearbank comes in with Chicago rider Mark Guidry. They just won the Transylvania Stakes. Next, a couple of long shots, Battle Mountain and I'm a Star too. Then Royal Strand was a winner on the grass last out at Keeneland. Pat Day back aboard. The California Invader, Deputy Commander, one of the favorites, makes his turf debut here for trainer Wally Delasse. The Speedy Robin and Gin carries Shane Sellers. Mr. Gumbo enters off 3 straight wins, 2 of them on the dirt, and on the outside, the favorite, winner of the Forerunner, Charles Sellis Thesaurus, with Craig Perret on board. And the 2 main contenders appear to be contrasted in terms of styles as well as experience. We mentioned Deputy Commander at 3-1 with Corey Nakatani. Has never tried the dirt before, has a beautiful pedigree for the grass, though. Tom?
Acting up in the starting gate there is Deputy Commander. He was really on his toes in the post parade, and in fact went off to seek a little solace away from the other horses. He's a horse with a great deal of speed, and may well indeed be the horse on the lead early. The final horse to load in will be Sky and Sea, part of an entry. His stablemate is Daylight Savings. He goes into post position number 10 and will be ready for the start. Pretty good run here into the first turn at Churchill Downs on the turf course, going the distance. In the gate, and they're off. And in mid-packet is Deputy Commander. Down toward the inside, near the bank is there I'm a Star 2 and Battle Mountain. Robin Gin toward the outside. Moving by us for the first time, and Deputy Commander is the leader. Corey Nakatani trying to take him in hand to throttle down his early speed, but Robin Gin is right there to keep him company as they move into the first turn. Sky and Sea fan 5 wide into the turn, near the bank, benefiting from an inside post saves ground. Moving through in between horses, it's Battle Mountain. He's now running in 4th. Royal Strand on the far outside is now 5th. I'm a Star 2 in between horses 6. Daylight Savings moves through an opening on the inside. Sky and Sea on the far outside. Then a break of 3. Back to the 2 trailers, Mr. Gumbo, and the favorite, Thesaurus, is last. He's 9 lengths behind. A 23-2 first quarter. They're picking up the tempo. The half goes in 46 and 4. They're a half mile out. It's still Deputy Commander holding a short lead. Robin Gin keeping the pressure up as they enter the far turn. Royal Strand is running in 3rd. Near the bank, working harder toward the inside, 4th. Battle Mountain in between horses. Sky and Sea revving up, and there he goes. Now launching a bit outside horses. And Thesaurus getting underway, but he's left with a lot to do. He's still about 8 lengths behind with less than 3 furlongs to go. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Robin Gin makes his move for the lead now. Robin Gin on the outside. Deputy Commander, and they brush at the top of the lane. Royal Strand set down for the drive, and he's coming with his bit. He's running in 3rd. Sky and Sea is 4th. Then farther back, Thesaurus not going to get it done today. 3 of them headlong into the final 100 yards. Here comes Royal Strand on the outside. Robin Gin, Deputy Commander fades to 3rd. Mr. Gumbo moving late. Here's the line. Royal Strand has won it. Pat Day aboard the winner in course equaling time, 1:40 and 4/5 seconds. Pat Day who has won more races than any other jockey here at Churchill Downs, does it again, this time with Royal Strand.
The king of Churchill Downs when it comes to jockeys, there is Patrick Day. Boy, he's just rewritten all the record books here, and take a look at him as he flies on the outside. Caton Bader to pick up the stretch of the Crown Royal.
This was a patented Pat Day ride. He laid off the pace but kept his horse busy all the way, just bided his time, kept him clear of traffic, made that move through the stretch, and right in the nick of time to grab Robin Ginn for the victory. And there's Pat Day finishing in hand.
Robin Ginn just behind there as you take a look at him turning for home now. We kept looking for this Saurus, the race favorite, the 9 horse, but it wasn't to be. It looked like Robin Ginn in the white blinkers there was going to be the one setting some of the pace here. But then coming on the outside, the Saurus trying to get through. Royal Strand, the 5 in the purple and yellow silks, the purple cap. Pat Day with that classic riding style of his, using the left-handed whip. Watch as he gets this one with a white blaze. The big chestnut comes up alongside Rob and Ginn. And there is Royal Strand to get there at the wire, and there is a close look at the finish. Look at the pumping action of the Hall of Famer Pat Day, and we'll show you how it looked in the photo finish camera here with Royal Strand, the 5 horse, right there in front of Rob and Ginn. The photo sign is up. They have not made it official. The stewards are checking the photos, but boy, from all our angles, it looked like Pat Day and Royal Strand had it. We're underway. It's Kentucky Oaks Day on ESPN.
Hey, go. Give me everything you have. I want it right now. And that he did. They covered the last 16th of a mile in 6 seconds flat. That's very good time. And speaking of very good time, this equals the course record here. Earlier today on the turf in a 5-furlong sprint race, they set the course record, beating it by 2/5 of a second. And after that ride, a deserving trip to the winner's circle.
Fast on the grass here. Congratulations, the connections of Royal Strand and for rider Pat Day. Well, Mr. Meeker, I'm sorry to make you wait, but you understand racing comes first. Here now is Tom Meeker, the President, Chief Executive Officer of Churchill Downs, with a special welcome for us.
Well, the 123rd running of the Kentucky Oaks is a special day, as has been all the other 122 races we've had here. It's sort of Louisville's day. It's a day where we celebrate the horse and in particular the fillies. And it's a coming together of all of the people in Louisville. And today, hopefully, we'll have 90,000 people out here, which will be the second largest day in all of racing in the United States. So it's a significant day for racing, a significant day for Louisville, and most important, a significant day for the entire nation.
Well, there's a look at just what this Oaks Day is turned into. Truly Louisville's day at the races, the second biggest day, as Tom Meeker pointed out. Everybody having a great time, especially if you had a winning ticket on the 5. Royal Strand wins the Crown Royal American Turf and pays $13, $6.40 and 4. Robin Ginn was second, $8.45.20. Deputy Commander got the show, and the exacta returns $102. And as Tom Durkin mentioned, a equaling time of 1:40 and 4. And here's how they did the record equaling task on the Matt Wynn Turf course here, and in the quarter at 23 and a fraction, 46 and 4 for the half, finishing up 1:40 and 4. Let's go to the winner's circle and hear more about the victory on Royal Strand.
Well, Jockey Pat Day's basking in a little bit of glory, well deserved, with a very good ride.
Thank you very much. This is a nice colt. Elliott's brought him along slow. Thank you. He's still learning what it's all about. I tell you, I think he's got a great future. He's a long striding colt. As I said, Elliott's brought him along slow and done the right thing with him, and he sure performed up to expectations today, to be honest with you.
We're going to take a look at some of those expectations materializing at the top of the stretch here, right in the perfect spot.
Well, I tell you what, the horses kicked away from him a little bit at the 3/8 pole. I picked him up and asked him to go on with it, and he run up to him, but then he was wanting to duck down in behind him, coming off the turn. Got my stick over my left hand, got after him pretty good. He changed leads a little bit late because of the incident at the head of the stretch, but once he got lined out, he's really covering some ground right here. He's really kicking on and finished up nicely.
Great way to start the afternoon, Pat, with 3 wins already. Still more to come. Tommy Sue's Delight a little later on, but Elliott Walden, this is deja vu. I believe we were here same place about this time last year.
Well, we were, and I'm just happy to be here with you.
Must have a touch with these 3-year-old turf runners.
Well, they're a little easier than the Derby, so I picked my spot with the kind of horse that we've got. So he really is developing, like Pat said, and you know, who knows? He wants to go all day. That's one of his strengths, and we'll see what happens down the road.
Well, so far, this dirt race wrapped up by Elliott Walden, Pat Day aboard Thomas Sue's Delight coming up in the Kentucky Oaks. Chris?
Well, congratulations to James Stone's Royal Strand. He's also the breeder bred in Ireland. This 3-year-old by Royal Academy out of the mare Twine. Today, the winner of the Crown Royal in course record equaling time at Churchill Downs.
And Pat Day aboard. Well, Captain Bodgett also strong odds from the 4-hole. A lot of people like Silver Charm, the Santa Anita Derby winner with a great tactical speed. Of course, then there is the favorite Pulpit. He has great works all this week, and he's got the ideal post position for Shane Sellers. There are 3 horses on the outside, Free House being the strongest of those, the California horse. Well, one note on Phantom on Tour, you might have heard that his blood plate, his blood cells white count has been very high all week. He's been taking electrolytes. This morning, trainer Lynn Whiting walked him, said he seems fine, but he wouldn't go all the way to say he was 100%. He said, we hope we've dodged a bullet.
I hope we're going to dodge a bullet. The clouds are getting darker. The wind is picking up, but the Lilies are ready for the filly that wins the 1997 Kentucky Oaks. It's going to be a great race.
This Subaru Outback is pretty.
Already in the sky, the wind has picked up, the temperature has dropped, it's gotten dark here at Churchill Downs. Let's brighten things up with Kate and Brader in the winner's circle.
Well, Chris, the last time trainer Shug McGahee had a filly win 4 consecutive graded stakes races, that filly went on to win the Breeders' Cup Distaff and was named champion older filly and mare. It's no surprise then that with the possibility of Glitter Woman following in the footsteps of Inside Information or even Kentucky Oaks winner Dispute, that her trainer might have a little glitter in his eye. The lure of the Twin Spires has caused many a trainer to take a chance and run in the Kentucky Derby when other races might be wiser. So when the filly Glitter Woman rattled off 3 straight graded stakes wins in Florida this year, then capped it off with a wire-to-wire trip to the Ashland Winner's Circle last month at Keeneland, it wasn't much of a stretch to consider her a possible Derby contender. For native Kentuckian Shug McGahee, though, all that glittered was not roses.
My idea was always to run her in the Oaks. If possibly the Derby had fallen apart, then, you know, we might have thought more about it. But as I say, I think that the Oaks stands on its own. I think it's a great race, and, you know, I'd be very, very pleased if Glitter Woman would be able to win it.
Purchased privately last summer for owner Joe Allen, Glitter Woman put together 3 runner-up stakes finishes in New York and Kentucky last season, then surprised both her trainer and her rider, Mike Smith, with a perfect transformation this year.
Her style of running really helps a lot. I mean, she's got tactical speed. You can put her wherever you want to put her. And she's aggressive when it comes time to go. I mean, she'll take it right to you, and she'll take it to you hard, you know, and that, to me, is her big point. I mean, whenever she gets to you, she don't just get to you. She gets to you running and running fast. You know?
The daughter of Glitterman enters today's Oaks as the favorite, but meets her toughest opponents yet in D. Wayne Lucas's Sharp Cat and Fantasy Stakes winner Blushing KD, a winner in 6 of 7 lifetime races. McGahee wouldn't mind if the glory came with all the glitter, but without so much of the glamour.
Well, no, I'd rather be Glitter Woman than 2 $10,000 fillies and going over there for that. But I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I think that it's what it's all about. I mean, and especially to see it come up this year with the 3 favorites being Glitter Woman, Blushing KD, and Sharp Cat have never run against each other. So, you know, I'm just happy to have one of the logical ones in there. And I think that when we go over there on Friday afternoon, that it's going to be a matter of which one runs her best race that day, and I think that'll be the one that wins.
Glitter Woman now at 8-5. You won't want to miss this. The best from all over the country are here, including D. Wayne Lucas's Sharp Cat. The post parade is next. Kentucky Oaks, here are the current odds. The #1 filly in America, #1 post position, Glitter Woman at 3-2, the race favorite. Mustang at big price, Buckeye Search, big price, Blushing KD, 5-2, 2.5, and there's Sharp Cat at 3, the 3rd choice in this star-studded field of 9. Rounding it out for us now, you'll see Anklet, Storm Song, along with Majestical Moment, and then Tommy Sue's Delight getting support at 9-2. The big story right now is the weather. We've seen a lot of people scurrying for the exits. You're smart because you are home and you wouldn't want to leave this event. Believe me, it's going to be some kind of terrific showdown. The three greatest fillies in America all meeting here this afternoon. You can see behind us, though, it looks like it's turned from day to night very quickly. We'll keep you apprised of the weather because it could have a major impact, not only on this race, with only two fillies ever been on and off track. That is Glitter Woman and Storm Song, the only two have ever seen an off track. Hayden, with all that in mind, what are some of the keys to victory here in the Kentucky Oaks?
Well, with the weather, Storm Song might be the appropriate hunch bet, but this is a case of seeing through the glitter. Glitter Woman breaks from the inside with some natural speed, but trainer would like to see her relax as she did in Florida. It's critical that she settle and have a position early so she has something left late. By the speedy sire Glitter Man, our favorite has never run this far. While she's run very well at 1 1/16, she has to stretch her pedigree an extra 16th to wear the lilies today. And finally, our heroine meets her toughest competition yet. She's tackled the best on the East, but still must rise to the occasion as she meets the best of the rest in today's Kentucky Oaks. Chris?
There's jockey Mike Smith, one of the top riders in the nation. He will be on Glitter Woman, has been on it for all four of her impressive victories so far this year. Mentioned, of course, Sharp Cat, trained by D. Wayne Lucas. Wayne could win his fourth Kentucky Oaks. The master and the leader in that department is retired Hall of Fame trainer Woody Stevens. He won 5, going from 1959 into the 80s through 4 decades. Take a look at this scene in the paddock, though. We mentioned several people scurried out when they started hearing the rumbling thunder, and I'm sure you can hear it now. There is the man, D. Wayne Lucas, as he legs up his jockey, Corey Nakatani, gives his filly a little pat. He's hoping, of course, for some revenge in several cases. He'd like, of course, to turn the tables on Storm Song, who snatched the championship away by really embarrassing Sharp Cat in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies at Woodbine last fall. He'd also like to make it clear that the West is better than the East. They can beat Glitter Woman. Leslie?
Well, here's a man who's won this race and many others, Wayne Lucas. Wayne, tell us a little bit. You have one of the best fillies in the country, a superstar, but what will it take to beat Glitter Woman?
Well, again, it isn't a foregone conclusion that one of these, either Sharp Cat or Glitter Woman, is ahead of the division. It's a very contentious race, and there's some others. The favoritism in this one's probably going to go that way. I think that they're probably going to let us have the pace, and if they do that, it'll be how much of it we get. If the fractions are realistic, I think we'll finish well.
Do you feel like this is the best horse in your barn?
No, not at this point. I think we've got some good depth in Marlin and grass horses and so forth, but on the other hand, this one has star potential for sure.
What about here in the Santa Anita Derby? Awfully rough start for Sharp Cat.
Well, Hello in the next gate really caused that. He got excited. We banged her head on the starting gate, and nobody likes to get hit in the nose right before they're going to compete. So that was that, and it didn't help us any.
Well, thanks for joining us in Stay Dry. Thank you. Back to you, Chris.
The rain has started, Leslie. You better jump in and stay dry, too, as we're ready to present the field for the 1997, the 123rd edition of the Kentucky Oaks. $500,000 is the purse, but like the Derby, the dollars are not what's important here. It's the glory of one of America's great races. This may be the greatest of them all for 3-year-old fillies. Let's present the field now as they make the turn. The one horse and the race favorite, Glitter Woman, a perfect 4 for 4 in 1997 in dominating fashion. Today she tries to hold on to her title as America's best 3-year-old filly. Mike Smith rides. The 2-horse, a big price here, is Must Sing. Least experienced filly with just 3 starts, making her stakes debut in America's toughest 3-year-old filly race. Robbie Alvarado just won the title at Oaklawn in Arkansas, has them out. The 3, another price from the barn of Darby Dan Farm, one of the most famous silks in racing, and trainer Carl Nasker. Buckeye Search, winner of the Bourbonette at Turfway, taking a big step today. Jerry Balo's just the one to get it done. The Hall of Fame jockey won the 1993 Oaks. The 4, here's the filly a lot of people are talking about, Blushing KD. The daughter of Blushing John has won her last 4 starts. She's a $32,000 Keeneland bargain. Lonnie Mesh is the rider. The 5-horse, this is D. Wayne Lucas' Sharp Cat, the Pider Prince Salman of the ruling family of Saudi Arabia, winner of 4 Grade 1 races. Corey Nakatani won his 2nd Oaks last year in the long shot Pike Place Dancer. The 6 is Anklet. Anklet ran second by 6.5 lengths to Glitter Woman in the Ashland Stakes. Winner of the Florida Oaks at Tampa Bay Downs, Gary Stevens, just elected to Racing's Hall of Fame, is in the irons. He won the 1986 Oaks. This is Storm Song, a $100,000 Keeneland sales purchase by Dogwood Stable. The 1996 Eclipse champion juvenile filly, but is 0 for 3 and badly beaten this year. She doesn't like thunder any more than I do. Craig Perret rides. Majestical Moment is the 8-horse trained by David Cross. Bred in Kentucky, this Northern California invader looking for her first stakes victory. Shane Sellers, the rider. Tommy Sujalite with Pat Day will round out our field. $575,000 purchase. This daughter of AP Indy, big, strong, but been a bridesmaid in stakes racing this spring. Well, the jocks, I hope they have plenty of goggles on. They're going to need them. The rain is coming in at Churchill Downs for the Oaks.
You didn't tell me.
You never asked.
But I thought we had everything in common.
We do. We're both great tasting, except that I'm low in fat.
Low in fat?
Yeah.
You say it like it's no big deal.
Kellogg's Rice Krispie Squares have always been low in fat. Hey, now you know.
Who'd have guessed?
What's it like? It's kind of hard to describe.
Come on, you gotta tell us.
Okay, it's like we're all great tasting.
Yeah.
But I'm low in fat.
Low in fat must be nice.
Kellogg's Rice Krispie Squares have always been low in fat. Hey, now you know.
You're so lucky.
TSN Gone Fishing, Saturday and Sunday.
I paid a lot of money for my derby hat, and it's going to stay dry. That's her attitude. She's wrapped up in plastic. The rain is falling hard now at Churchill Downs, and we welcome you back.
In this field, Blushing KD moves in the middle, and so does Glitter Woman. They're in the gate, and they are off. And it is Sharp Cat to the early lead. Majestical Moment, a long shot on the far outside. Anklet is in between those two, and Glitter Woman toward the inside. It's Must Sing now running in fourth. Into the clubhouse turn, and Sharp Cat is the early leader, but there's a firing line in behind her. Majestical Moment on the outside. Must Sing tucks away in behind the lead. Anklet running fourth on the outside. Blushing KD 5 lengths from the early lead. Glitter Woman has found her way to the outside. She is 3 wide in hand, 5 lengths behind Sharp Cat. And then it's Buckeye Search, Storm Song, and Tommy Sue's Delight is the early trailer. The first quarter in 23 4/5 seconds, and they're moving into the backstretch. Sharp Cat bounding clear by length and a half. Must Sing comes on through an opening on the inside. Blushing KD is right up there now, running in third position. Lonnie Mesh trying to settle her down as they head for the far turn. Glitter Woman with a clear aim on the far outside as the field hits the far turn. It's still Sharp Cat with the lead. Blushing KD makes her move as they enter the far turn. There goes Glitter Woman revving up on the extreme outside. Must Sing is dropping out of it. Still at the back of the pack in last position is Tommy Sue's Delight. She's 10 lengths behind around the far turn. And they're the 3 big fillies. Blushing KD, Majestical Moment is in the thick of it now. Sharp Cat is giving way toward the inside on the far outside. Glitter Woman is right there. And those 4 will arrive at the top of the stretch together. On the far outside, it's Glitter Woman. Blushing KD is driving to the front. And Blushing KD is opening up. Sharp Cat veered out sharply. And Tommy Sue's Delight coming with giant strides on the far outside. Storm Song toward the rail. They're in the final furlong of the 123rd Kentucky Oaks. And it's Blushing KD a 3-length lead. Tommy Sue's Delight moving belatedly on the outside. Under the line, Blushing KD has won. She wins by 2.5. Tommy Sue's Delight comes from well out of it, and Sharp Cat. Glitter Woman giving up, and Glitter Woman actually pulled up in the last furlong of the race. The final time here was 1 minute 50 and 1/5 seconds, and the winner here, Blushing KD.
That is her 5th victory in a row, Tom, owned by James and Sue Burns, trained by Sam David, who you just heard from earlier. And with all the high-powered Hall of Fame riders in here, and Hall of Fame riders to be, it's Lonnie Mesh, who has been the regular rider of Blushing KD, and holds on. Caden, give us a look at what happened to Sharp Cat.
Top of the stretch, it was all Blushing KD. Glitter Woman just didn't have it today at the top of the stretch. She just flattened out completely. There was a little bumping. Sharp Cat veering out. You'll see again here where Sharp Cat seems to get off stride, seems to get angled out just a little bit, but Blushing KD by now has the race won, and her jockey Lonnie Mesh is able to just keep on going in a straight and orderly fashion. Sharp Cat veering out slightly, interfering with Majestical Moment, but it's all Blushing KD.
A great shot of the daughter of Blushing John, the stallion, of course, owned by Alan Paulson. This daughter of Blushing John has now won 5 in a row. She was a $32,000 Keeneland. We'll take a look at Sharp Cat as she bolts to the inside. Good job by Corey Nakatani to get her pulled up there and straighten her out. Watch again, though. Corey Nakatani the inside, and now all of a sudden Sharp Cat makes a quick right-hand turn. Here she comes out. Nakatani grabs the rein on the left side tightly, gets her back in there. We're going to have to wait and see what the stewards think of that. I'm looking on the board, and yes, the inquiry sign is up. There is an inquiry for the Kentucky Oaks, but it should not affect the winner, Blushing KD.
Affect your filly's performance, but that veering out by Sharp Cat, any idea what happened there?
She's been known to do that before. I mean, this ain't the first time Sharp Cat's done that. She's a particular filly, and sometimes she'll get to veering one way or the other, and she just happened to do it today.
Well, a rainy day, but another day tomorrow, Mike. Chris?
Thank you.
The Lilies look beautiful in the rain. I know Lonnie Mesh thinks so. So does trainers Sam David, owners James and Sue Burns, because their filly, Blushing KD, now proves she is the best in the nation in her division.
Check out the rippin', twistin', crispin' stylin' of...
Guess what? These folks are connected with Blushing KD, the winner of the 1997 Kentucky Oaks. So they having a great time. And to remind you, Up Close is coming up next with trainer Bob Baffert and Nick Zito, 2 of the Derby trainers. Let's go get some reaction from the winners after we take a look at our Visa Championship points heading into the Derby tomorrow. The 2 favorites, Pulpit Captain Bodgett tied at 21, Freehouse 20, Silver Charm at 17. Let's talk to some winners now.
Well, we have the whole group down here. Lonnie Mesh thinks couldn't have set up more perfectly for you.
It worked out well. I mean, they had a lot of speed there in the first part, and she kind of got a little inches down the backside. I let her ease up, to the lead, and she's doing it nice and easy. And when I turned for home, I had a lot of horse left, and I knew they were going to have to run to catch me.
You had to earn your respect every step of the way. This must be one of the biggest races and one of the best horses you've ever ridden.
Definitely, it's one of the biggest highlights of my career.
Leslie, you're hiding under the umbrella with a winning trainer.
It's certainly the wettest these guys have ever been. This is Sam David's first trip to Churchill Downs. What do you think of this experience?
Oh, I love it here. This has been quite an experience. We planned for this race a long time, and we're just super happy with the outcome. We've been looking for these lilies for a long time now. We got one now.
Well, they'll grow in the wet weather.
Well,
Back to you, Chris.
They'll grow today, then.
Congratulations. Thank you, Chris.
People are running for cover, and catch number